Hey guys, you're going to have to excuse the part for the first part of this video that I literally just got out of the shower like 2 minutes ago, but exciting things are happening today already. So for one, I sold my first copy of Thunder's Quarter, which is just so awesome. I published the book, I don't know, probably like a week ago now. It hadn't sold any, but today I sold my first book of Thunder's Corner. So honestly, like, it's not even about the money for me. It's just the fact that somebody bought my book and they're gonna read it. It's just, I saw that and I was like, I'm so happy. Yadi is apparently not happy, but I promise he's fine. He was literally out all morning. So I sold my first book and did a Walmart order today. And one of the things that arrived was these 2 dog bowls. Now they don't mean anything right now. Yadi doesn't need 4 bowls, but they are for, rather they're dishwasher safe. That's nice. They are for the new dog. We are getting the dog on Thursday, so less than a week until my little girl or boy, don't know yet, comes home. So I got a couple of other things for the dog as well that I will explain more in depth, but for now I need to go put on a new Dexcom because mine expired. So see you later. Okay, now that Dex is done and my hair is slightly more kept, I will explain the rest of the stuff. I'm going to be putting in some pictures because Amazon is slow, so I will explain those with pictures. Also, update, I did find another dog trainer, one that's actually closer to me, and they're offering me the first session for free, and then we will have a tailored plan going forward. So I am much happier with this new dog trainer. Once I have the dog, call them, set up the first session. So very happy about that. I was going to put my plants outside, but we have a 50% chance of rain, or not outside, but out in the sun. We have a 50% chance of rain at 1, so probably wait till 2. So let me just go ahead and explain this. I'll turn on the light so you guys can see a little better. I live in darkness. It's just who I am. Okay, so obvious thing I have here is dog treats. These are, ignore my messy bed. These are just for training the dog, not just for detecting the low blood sugars, but I don't, because we're going to a shelter and kind of like reforming a shelter dog, I don't know what commands it's going to know, if it's going to know sit, stay, heel, the important things. So that kind of stuff, plus obviously detecting the low blood sugars, which by the way, I was up until 2 a.m. reading a book about training dogs to detect low blood sugars. So yeah, I've been going all in, but I got these, but these are for training the new dog, but I had to give Yachty a couple because, I want to see if he liked bacon. So something that may be a little bit less obvious is these. These are for storing my low blood sugar samples. You can stay in the freezer for up to 3 weeks and in the fridge for 3 days and in room temperature for 3 hours. So freezer bags for that, there's 50 bags. You're supposed to double bag it, so I can store up to like 25 if I did a single one, but you can put more than one in one bag as long as they're like the same glucose range, which I'll explain all that in a second. I'm not a professional, okay? This is just stuff I'm learning from professionals, so don't take my word for it. But yeah, so to get the low blood sugar samples, I will be using these. So hold for picture. Those, basically, when my blood sugar is low and I haven't eaten or drinking anything besides water for 30 minutes, which hopefully, like, usually times with when my sugar goes low, then I quickly put those in my mouth, which I'm going to hate because I always hate when I got dental work done, had to have gauze in my mouth, but I digress. I put those in my mouth and they basically soak up the low blood sugar scent, and then you freeze them. You write on the bag the number plus the date, and some people have the dogs alert to 90, 80. For me and my specific needs, I'm going to have the dog start recognizing scents at 75 and below. So yeah, and then I got these to go along with that to help to work with the trainer with, so hold for another picture. Okay, so those are called scent tins, and basically the stuff I just explained with the blood sugars. When you're first training the dog, it'll go in those little scent tins, so the dog can smell it, and eventually it fades out to where the dog, you put this, so like, first you just have the dog smell the tin when you're holding it and treat like, oh yes, that's good. And then you put the scent on your person after the dog kind of gets it down, have them smell it good. You know, eventually you phase out to where you're just having the scent like rubbed on your body and they smell it, and then that's how we transition into live alerts. Because for the dog, it's a game. They don't know, I'm helping my human not die. It's, I smell this, I get a treat, you know? So, that's kind of like the short version of all that. So that's what those are for. And like I said, once we actually get the dog on Thursday, then I will call up the trainer and schedule that first session, which is actually nice because you can either take the dog out or they come in home. And then depending on prices, we'll kind of work out how many sessions to do with the trainer and how much I can do on my own. But just an example of why this is going to be such a good thing. I was going to bed last night. My Dexcom said 104. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to, go to bed. But I'm going to double check because I always double check before I go to bed. And then when I checked on my meter, I was 70. So I was dropping. My Dexcom wasn't catching it. And I was hypo unaware. If I had not checked and gone to bed, like I could have not woken up this morning type deal. So that's why I'm so excited about this prospect. It's not going to be like a quick thing. It takes weeks to months for the dog to actually like live alert. But, in between working on alerts, we'll be working on heal and all that kind of stuff too. So I'm really excited about that. I'm just excited. I'm just ready to enter this new chapter. It's going to be a lot of work on my end, like a lot of work, because even though I'm going to be working with a trainer, most of it's going to fall on me, like homework, I guess, if you will, like explaining it like a teacher teaching versus homework kind of deal. But just the fact that these things are arriving, these things are, and like today's Saturday, so in 5 days I'm going to go get the dog. Just very happy. So that is my vlog for today. I'm going to go eat because I haven't eaten yet. And hopefully those cotton swabs from Amazon will get here soon. They say 12:45 to 2:50. So whenever they get here, it's not like I'm hoping for lows. I don't really want to go low. But if I do go low, I can at least, like 75 or below, I can at least use it to my advantage now and store it in the freezer for training. So anyway, that's all I got. I'm going to go eat. And hope you guys are having a good day, a good weekend. And we will look forward to this new chapter.